Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bad Company Racing Late Model Stock Series. Tonight, it's the mid-season special event. What that entails is twin 75-lap events. You heard me right. Doubleheader night, 75 laps around South Boston. Really small track. They're turning laps in about 15 seconds, so going to be quick. You blink, you might miss it, so be sure to tune in here on TrueSimProductions, as I am joined by the wild man. He is back, Mr. Kyle Wellman. How you doing tonight, brother?
Oh, I'm doing good. Took a couple weeks off. I'm refreshed and ready to go.
Refreshed and ready to go. And let's see, coming into tonight, man, this season, it's been a doozy so far. We've had 4 different winners, I know, and so I'm wondering, between the 2 races tonight, is that going to open the door for a new winner, especially considering the full field invert? So if you win the first race, well, you just bought a ticket to the caboose, into the longest line, starting dead last. So could possibly be a new winner tonight.
Yeah, that second race is gonna set up for a wild show. That's for sure. It's gonna be whoever starts or finishes first in the first race is going to drop all the way to the back in the second race and see if they can fight their way to the front. We might see some guys that usually aren't always up there that might be able to capitalize on it and take a win home tonight.
Absolutely. Let's see if I know we have a graphic done up for, since it is the 6th race of the season, it is the midway point of the season. Let's pull up some mid-season storylines to watch here, Kyle, as I know you have the graphic on hand, and tell these fans at home what to expect and what we've seen thus far.
Yeah, I think the number one question that we have is who's going to be able to stop Justin Coleman. He comes into the race tonight, the doubleheader race, with 2 wins on the season already out of the last 5 races, with an average finish of 4.8, which that's really good. That's going to set him up for some good points, but is he going to be able to capitalize in both races tonight and keep that point lead? We've also seen 4 different winners in 5 races. We've got Sam Baumgarten, Zach Murphy, Brian Zimmerman, and Brandon Elvis. Oh, we got a misspell here. Apparently it's 5 different winners. Justin Coleman has 2. So we'll be able to see our 6th winner tonight during the doubleheader. And then which drivers are going to play the invert right? With the invert switching from the finishing order of the first race, like I said, we could see some guys that come from the back, or we can see guys that are starting up front in that second race to take a win home tonight.
So I can't believe I set you up for failure and myself up for failure. I sent you the wrong picture and I uploaded the wrong picture. So there is only been 4 different winners. Brian Zimmerman, a heavy hitter, has yet to win a race this season. I forgot I sent you the wrong graphic and I uploaded the wrong one. But that's still 4 different winners on the season, and somebody like Brian Zimmerman itching. You know he wants that win. He wins all the time, right? It's gonna be hard to keep the 28 car winless up for a season. So 2 races tonight. Sitting P2 at the practice charts right now as well.
The thing is, too, not only has he not won a race yet, he is sitting second in points right now, and he's only 17 points behind Justin Coleman for that point lead.
Right. And 17 sounds like a lot, but here, let's do some math. 43 times 2 is what? 86. 86 maximum points out here just from the race itself. That's not even talking about bonus points. You're going to have a few bonus points in each race, pertaining around like most laps led, clean finish without a zero incidents. So there's a few different ways to also gain bonus points tonight. I mean, realistically, you can walk away from here tonight with 90 total points or so.
Yeah, but on the flip side, you also got to be careful. You can get penalty points as well for incidences.
Absolutely.
And not claiming cautions. You can get penalty points for that, and that could drop you even more.
Absolutely. And also, that reminds me, where's he at? Brandon Elvis. Number 54 car did park it in Victory Lane last week, of course, as he disappears right then. Did park it in Victory Lane this past week, but there was a lot of controversy involved in it. Had a late race caution with 6 laps remaining, and he didn't claim the caution. And admins deemed him at fault, so naturally the caution was put on him. So now the 54 car, he will be starting in the back, and he took a hefty 25-point penalty. So, I mean, that's a huge deficit. Luckily, I mean, like I said, there is almost 90 points up for grab, and this is just the midway portion of the season. But still, to lose 25 points in one swoop, that's a huge hit, as he actually lost 2 spots in the standings. Can you imagine that, Wellman? You go into the race, you're third in points, you win the race, but you still lose 2 spots and fall back to 5th. Can you imagine that? I mean, that sucks.
I mean, we kind of seen it last year in NASCAR where Denny Hamlin won the race at Pocono and had to forfeit his win and give up a bunch of points, and I think he dropped 5 or 6 places in the points because of that. So he had a lot more time to make it up. After these races tonight, you only got 6 more races. That's not a lot of time to make up points, especially with him sitting in 5th right now, and he's well behind the leader in points right now. So he's 42 points behind the leader, and that can be a lot when you're in the top 5. These top 5 drivers are all really quick, and they're all really bunched together most of the time.
And they're top 5 in points. Why? Because they finish usually top 5 every single week, right? So it's going to be hard to gain points on them, is what Kyle's alluding to there. As a familiar face that we haven't seen in a long time, a very fast familiar face, Mr. Thomas Axum, number 13. He's currently out there turning laps. I don't know if he's going to race or not. I haven't spoken with him. But he is turning laps, so that tells me he's probably going to race. As we're going over into qualifying now. So who's going to capture the USAFirearms.com Poe Award? Hey, so who's going to be the first driver to hit the track? Also, something, Kyle, I'm hoping it works right, as Jason Raymond's going to be the first car to elect to go out on the track. I'm hoping iRacing has fixed the glitch where this first race is set up to be in the daytime. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, the second race will be in the nighttime. So that's going to change the way the track drives a lot, right? And it makes it more like a reflection of real life if you have a doubleheader. As we're watching Jason Raymond take his laps around, as he crosses the stripe for lap number 1 with a 15.25. I'm not sure. I can't remember what they were running in practice, but I believe that was pretty quick. Maybe not. Ogburn just went top of the board.
Yeah, the top guys were running around 15.1s, so they're not too far off the times right now. Track might be getting a little warmer right before it cools down, but yeah, they're running 15.2s right now.
So pole time of 15.23. We're watching Axum. This is the second lap as he crosses the stripe. Gonna see 13 car provisional pole with a 15.12. The first guy to sniff out the 1 so far.
How about Ogburn and Hottenbach tying on times? That's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive. It's always pretty cool when you see that.
Daniel Sweat to second place.
Still a lot of drivers not went out. All right, our points leader, the Gold Chain Cowboy. Remember, storyline to watch. Who can stop the 14? He's got 2 race wins already this season. Going to see what he can do out here tonight at South Boston with his first lap. As I am noticing, the track does look a little greasy right now. You're seeing some 4-wheel slide action on entry in the center of the corner. But now I was hearing these drivers were tight during practice, so.
Yeah, I was out there running a few laps. I ran about 30 laps out there, and after about 30 laps, that rear end really starts to come around on exit, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really matter too much.
As 14 goes P3 first lap, second lap was a little bit slower. As Metler out here in the number 15 machine, whoever painted that car, man, they're beautiful. They just got beautiful taste. I don't know who did it. So Metler, first laps of the night here for qualifying. This is his practice, basically. That's never what you want. As number 15 went 13 on the board. So he's got some learning to do. Has 150 laps to try to learn it. Let's jump on board here with Scotty Stevens as he's actually coming out for lap number 1 here. First lap around, only 21st on the board. Oh, and touched the wall, Kyle, right there. So second lap will not be counted for.
Yeah, I noticed right before he touched the wall there, he got pretty loose on exit, managed to save it, but it still kept pushing towards that wall, and then he tapped it again on the exit of 4.
As Zach Murphy on his outlap coming to lap number 1 here, taking the green flag for his qualifying effort.
Man, I love that car. It's simple, it's beautiful. It's just a reverse Dale Earnhardt, and it's only fitting it has the number 29 on it.
As his first lap around the circuit, he goes P6 on the board. So we'll see if he can get a little quicker, maybe knock Chris Smith off the top 5 banner. As Zach Murphy drove it off in turns 3 and 4 pretty deep here. As he's on the exit, feeding it out to the wall. 29 cars going to go P5. So got a little quicker second lap around.
Brian Zimmerman, 7th place on his first lap.
Coming to his second lap there. Was not quicker second lap. So I've seen, typically we'll see a trend as Brad Carpenter's out there now. We'll know this deep into qualifying what lap is the fast lap, right? But here tonight it seems like it's kind of random whether it's the first or second lap that's the fastest. As Carpenter, number 31, coming to the stripe, lap number 1. He's been pretty fast in these cars. See what the first lap can give for him. P11. Gonna have to look to improve that a little bit.
I think he's just running a little too high there. He's gonna have good drive off, but he's gonna lose a lot of time on entry.
As his second lap was 100th faster, so he climbed the chart a little bit. Steven Johnson just finished up his qualifying effort. First laps on the track put him P18. So Steven T. Johnson, Brandon Metler, both of them got in the session late, so they was not able to qualify or not able to practice. Hence, qualifying was a practice. They got some work to do. They're starting in the back. As let's get this grid rocking and rolling for the first of 2 races tonight. Thomas Axum, number 13, it was started on the pole with Brian Gravel starting outside row number 1. Daniel Sweat starting 3rd. Justin Cummins 4th. And Zach Murphy starting P5.
Then we got Christopher Smith starting 6th place with Brian Zimmerman in the inside row of the next lane. In 7th place, Anthony Rennick is 8th, Brad Carpenter 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Dale Ogburn.
Sitting 11th is Rob Hottenbach, and 12th is none other than the stand man, Mr. Derek Stanley. 13th, Jason Raymond. 14th, Todd Lamphere. Mark Stewart is 15th.
Then in 16th, we got Guy Barrett. Dalton Creech is 17th. 18th is Steven Johnson. 19th, Brandon Metler. And rounding out the top 20 is Chris Sawyer.
All right, as I just started sharing my screen to you, too. I didn't realize I wasn't sharing it. 21st, Ronnie Morrison. 22nd, Joshua Vermillion. 23rd, Mitchell Muma. 24th, Jason Bauer. 25th, Brody Mears, Scotty Stevens. And 26th, Kevin Prettyman. 27th, Bradley Stefane. Another familiar face haven't seen in a while. Starting 28th, Brandon Elvis. Shotgun to the field. Starting 29th. And, of course, the wild man, Mr. Wellman's in the booth with me. And Gary Wright is on track. So 30
cars tonight.
30 late model stocks taking a Sobo. As folks, I don't know if you know it or not about this track, but 15 seconds per lap, that should tell you a lot. Track's really small. 0.37, almost. I mean, I could say almost a quarter, but it's over a quarter of a mile, obviously. But difference between a quarter of a mile and half a mile. So very, 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 very short and very, very tight. The corners on this track open up. So the inside wall in the corners. But on the straightaway, look how tight and narrow it is. It looks like 3 lanes there if you look at the dotted lines, but I promise you, race car drivers, we don't see lanes like that, right?
Oh, no, we definitely don't see lanes. What I see is 4 or 5 wide here if you got the chance.
Right.
But that's me. We all know how that goes.
Yeah. Well, the big problem with Sobo is if you do wreck on the front or back stretch, it's typically going to be a big one just because you get 2 cars sideways. Well, guess what? You got the track block.
Yep, it turns into a funnel if they start wrecking.
Alrighty. Going to wait for the pace car to make a left-hand turn on the pit road. As pace car is off, these drivers got to wait for the first green flag from Barney Fife as the flag is out.
Both drivers got a really good start there, side by side. 05 pushes up a little bit, and that's going to give the 13 a clear lane.
As Go Chain throwing his name and hat into the ring here, number 14 to the inside of the 05, as really using all of the apron down there, every bit of it that he could. As I think these drivers are aware, 75 laps, it sounds like a lot, but we mentioned it, 15 seconds, they click off so fast, you don't have a whole lot of time to just ride and be patient. You got to basically be on offense from the drop of the green flag. Brian Gravel did a hell of a job defending that there, kept P2.
Yeah, we don't really see a lot of fall off in these cars, so that they can really push it 95, 100% the whole race. They should be all right.
Let's see if we can get a little bit zoomed out shot. Not a whole lot of camera to really work with here. It looks like the top 7, top 8 drivers have kind of sorted it out single file. Maybe the whole field has.
Yeah, I think they're just kind of taking it easy right now, getting a feel for the track, and just getting some laps run down. This is going to be the longest series of racing we have all season.
Absolutely, that's another thing. I mean, we did say it's a short race, but this is the longest race that we'll have by far. As trouble for Vermillion went off track, went into pit road, and then had issues there. No caution though. As look at Gravel, really applying the pressure, but he almost is forced to because Go Chain is right there as well.
Yeah, he can either put on the pressure on the 13 and try to stay to his bumper, or if he doesn't apply the pressure, that 14 is going to be all over him and force him into a mistake. So you might as well try to force the next guy in line into a mistake and gain some position and keep that 14 behind you.
That's some really good racing here, as I believe Kyle hit the nail on the head. I think 05 Brian Gravel here is trying to force a mistake out of Thomas Axel. Unfortunately for the 05, the 13, he's a sim veteran, right? He's one of them guys, kind of like what we mentioned with Zemi prior. Not a whole lot of mistakes come out of the 13 car. So, but if one does happen, you got to be there to pounce, and that's what the 05, he's right there. He's pacing him. He's filling the 13's mirror up, making the 13 actually look behind him more than he's actually looking out in front of him.
I like what I'm seeing out of the 05 too is on exit, he's not pushing up the track where the 13 is really pushing up the track. Oh, there he pushes up. But he's probably saving a little bit more right front than the 13 is, keeping it down low a little bit longer.
Jumping on board here with Brian, seeing how he's attacking Sobo. This is a track, even though it is so small, you see there's different lanes. You can run down all the way on the apron like we saw the Go Chain Cowboy Coleman doing earlier, or you can put 2 tires down there like what we're seeing Brian do, or race it like Axum. Keep all 4 tires above it, basically. I mean, it's different ways to attack this track for certain.
Oh, getting loose. Yeah, about 15 laps into this run already. I think they're going to start feeling that right rear getting a little slick. Oh, as we have caution right in front of the leaders.
Right in front of the leaders. For Millen and Gary Wright, I do believe. Did the leaders, I was actually looked away for a moment. Did the leaders get through there unscathed?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like Gary just gets loose, tags the wall, and 34 just couldn't get wound up in time, and just, putting the fuel cell in the engine here.
Yeah, and I'm not real smart with cars. I just feel like it's not supposed to be there either.
No, I don't think so. I mean, iRacing did release a drawing today where they put a magnet on the front of a truck, so, I mean, you never know.
No, wait. Time out. We're under caution, so run that by me again one more time. iRacing did what?
iRacing posted a picture on Twitter today of this drawing of a magnetic truck, where it's a truck with a big metal plate on the front of it and then a magnet hanging in front of that metal plate, and that's how they'll drive it. Yeah, they're beating electric vehicles and gas vehicles by making them magnetic. So that'll be interesting if that ever happens.
I'm just scared. My mind immediately goes, what are they teasing? Like,
I think it was just a little joke.
Right.
But, we get bored sometimes, come up with some crazy ideas.
Alrighty, re-rack them, restack them. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can check the chat. I haven't even looked at the chat. I'm sorry. I forgot about you guys. I'm bad at my job. Chat. iRacing wouldn't let me join in. Good luck, everyone. Come on, Brody. Come on. Oh, Broseph. Alright, field's in the hands of Thomas Axum, the man front and center.
We still got lights on the pace car. Must have been delayed, maybe.
Oh, they kind of took a shot at electric vehicles. This is how electric vehicles work.
Yeah. Interesting concept. It makes you wonder if it actually worked or not.
Honest to God, that's exactly where my mind went, was like, wait a minute. Is there a way we can make this work?
I mean, everything in physics tells us that it would work in a way.
As this is something I got to bring up on Race Chatter. Good point. It's a good topic we got to discuss. Check out Race Chatter this Saturday night. Episode number 2 coming at you. The debut episode last week. It's been a hit. It's been a rave. Check it out here on our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up. It's our most liked video. Getting close to 100 likes on it. So that's freaking impressive. We love that. As I know somebody else loves some Axum. He likes these jumps because he got a hell of a restart right then.
Yeah, the 05 got a good jump too. Managed to get in front of Justin Coleman there and keep him down in second place. As you got Daniel Sweat putting up a hard fight on the outside.
Yeah, Sweat is making the 14 of the 29. Sweat. I hope you see what I did there. There's another caution out. As the Bill Elliott machine. Maybe that's Casey Kane. One of the two.
Yeah, that's Casey. Looks like the accident happened with Scotty Stevens up there. Oh, it happened in front of him.
The real question is, I don't know who's in front of him.
Oh, there it is. Was that a Vermillion?
I thought it was Rob.
Oh, they got a case of the Tanners. They change their paint schemes every week, so I gotta get used to them all the time.
Derek and Rob. Hey, don't be hating because I know how to use Photoshop. Ooh.
Yeah, I can't tell if the 00 there just came up or if the 76 just didn't give him room. Yeah, it looks kind of a mixture of both, maybe.
A little bit of both, and mix that in with a little bit of net code, and you have a wreck that happened there. Tough
Tell
day
you
for
what.
both of them drivers. 'Cause I don't know how you claim that one. I don't know what you do with that one.
Tell you what, Jason Day made a good move to the inside to avoid getting caught up in that.
Jason Day did?
Or was it Raymond? I don't know. They both have the same cars looking alike.
I don't even think Jason Day's here, but yeah, maybe Raymond.
Oh,
Him?
yep. Raymond, yep.
Oh, Ramon.
Can't even get my teammates right.
Yeah, ain't that something? All right, 25 laps into tonight's event already. As
Whoa. Is that some retaliation there? I don't know. This is the most drawn out incident I've seen in a long time.
Has he been sitting there the whole time?
It looks.
No.
02 just came up and hit him. Oh, yeah. 02 had nothing to do with that. I don't know what that's for.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Is this real life?
I don't know if there's words said in there or what.
I don't either. What's going on?
I don't know. We're turning this from South Boston into South Bowman Gray.
Man, well, from South Boston to almost like South Park. Holy cow!
I don't know about South Park, but
we got a little corny, a little goofy right there, bro. A little goofy. I'm not sure what happened.
Daniel Sweat with a bad start.
A terrible restart for that car on the outside. Anthony Rennick trying to throw the car down there and make it stick. Rennick, he's due for a hell of a run.
Tell you what, Justin Coleman and the 05 up there are just beating doors up there. We're going to have some sheet metal after the race to go collect.
Sheet metal and maybe tempers.
I think we got those already. I don't think we need any more.
If you're in a session, tempers are already here by default.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Like, just by default. Before anything even happens, you're already on tilt.
Coleman's flirting with that wall, too, there a little bit.
That's why I went like that, because I thought he got it the lap before that.
Hey, if there's grip there, you got to take it. I mean, he doesn't have any scratches on his door, so he must have been able to put a penny in between him and the wall.
Look at Brian Zimmerman here, trying to figure out which lane will prevail. Chris Smith down on the low side, trying to make it stick, but that guy on the high side, if he can have the advantage on entry, he gets a huge advantage on exit and able just to get clear. We've seen that twice now from the guy on the outside.
Zimmy finally able to cut it down in front of Brad Carpenter there. That'll help him out some.
Let's check on the invert gang back here. Who's playing the invert gang? Go, Shocker, 54 car. Now he did have to start in the
Elvis.
back. He did have to start in the back. So, but if I'm somebody that had to start in the back, I'm definitely not incentivized to get up there and try to get a lot of spots. Well, maybe I am because of the points, right? There is a lot of points to be had tonight. If you can find a way to finish decent in both races, I mean, you can leave with a lot of points.
Elvis does have some right front damage to the fender there, so there's a wreck in front of him. Looks like they got it all saved up. Maybe it's not his choice that he's staying back there. Maybe he had a little bit of trouble earlier and got some damage. Looks like 00 again, maybe? Nope, happening right in front of the 00. Oh, Brad Carpenter.
I'm invested now at this point. I got to figure out.
It looks like Carpenter got bumped.
Ooh.
No, got in the door and then kind of slid it. Good save by everybody, though. And now the caution's out.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Oh, do we have a stack up?
No.
Front stretch.
No, the caution, that's what the caution was out.
Looks like we had a separate incident on the front with maybe Daniel or Dalton Creech.
Maybe not. Maybe the caution didn't come out for that. Let's see what happens.
Oh yeah, big wreck coming out of 4.
The very next corner.
Oh, there's the retaliation. There it was. 76 and the 00 were in that incident, the last caution, and now they're getting together.
There you go. Oh, whoa. Vermillion. Jesus Christ, we have tempers everywhere. Vermillion just ran up there and hit Mitchell Moon under caution.
Man, I'm getting bored. I'm thinking about going and suiting up real quick.
Oh, that's what we need. We need you out there, too, adding to this mix.
Get some SRX in-race broadcasting going.
Brandon
Elvis bringing it down pit road. Looks like he's got even more damage to the right front now. He might even be lobster crawling there a little bit. That's right. I said lobster crawling.
Yeah, you kind of crab walking, but I mean, yeah, you got it.
Same thing, different animal.
Yeah, maybe. As remember too, no fast repair in this series, right? So you wreck it, you gotta fix it. He's definitely got some toe link damage on that right front.
Yeah, some camber issues.
Yeah, that car's right front is poking out like my daughter does when she's pouting. Just sitting there pouting, poking out a little bit.
Yeah, poking out that bottom lip like a puppy dog.
Yeah. I wish he did it to more rational stuff, not to like, no, we can't go to Hawaii next week or something like that, right? Never just nothing like, no, we can't have McDonald's tonight. It's always got to be something extravagant with her.
We got McDonald's at home.
We don't either. That's what my mom used to tell me. Liar.
I tell you what, I don't know if Brian Zimmerman pit or if he just fell back there, but he's back a few positions.
He started 7th and he's sitting 8th, bro. He's just been right there, kind of stuck in place.
He was, before this caution, he was peeking into the top 5. I don't know if he had to check up for that wreck or
maybe.
Or if he came down and got tires on the last caution maybe and we didn't catch it.
He has not pit.
Oh yeah, maybe just fell back avoiding that wreck. Man, they're door to door rubbing tires, ready to go. Let's see if the 05 can get to the inside of Justin Coleman here as the 13 gets a great jump.
A great jump. Now the battle is just on for P2. Justin Coleman does have the momentum. High side rider makes it stick. Looks like I saw a little bit of smoke out in front of the leader there. No harm, no foul. As Zach Murphy, Daniel Sweat, door to door here, coming out of 2, I believe. Or is that 4? I don't know. That's 2.
That's 2, yep.
It's even hard to tell on track, by the way. It's 29 car. He's there, but he just cannot get the power off. Cannot get the car to grip up well enough on that low side. You see, though, he's inching forward ever so slightly, lap after lap after lap.
Man, great move by Anthony Reddick to the inside. He's just trying to push Daniel Sweat up a little bit more so he could get into that hole, and he finally did it.
As Mr. Monkern's in the chat. And I just saw your message today, by the way, John. I agree. We do need to.
Oh.
As John in the chat says, electric isn't the way. I think he's talking about the electric vehicle. I agree. Golly State's wanting to push electric vehicles, but never mind. I won't even go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, we won't go there. All I can say is without diesel, you don't have electricity. So. Oh, 14 sideways, wheeling and dealing.
Really sideways.
That 05 is trying to capitalize. He looked like he thought about putting a bumper to him there. We've still got 28 laps to go, 29 laps to go. They're going to wind down quick, only 15 seconds a lap.
Absolutely. As 05, he is hounding Justin Coleman. Ever since Coleman had that one little slip up, got the car loose, got some heat in the tires, you can tell just from the last 2 laps, he's been almost half a tenth slower each lap. So now he's trying to get him cooled back down and start attacking the race leader again, trying to hound him. I'm excited about the second race, man. The invert, you're going to see all the guys been up front and the back. I'm excited about that.
Well, see what I was thinking. If I'm Justin Coleman and I know Brian Zimmerman is outside the top 5 right now, I'm letting the 05 by. I'm still going to get decent points. I'm still going to gain on Brian Zimmerman.
Oh, you're playing.
But I'm putting another car between me and Axum here for that second race.
I like the thinking. It's big brain movement. I like that. Oh, 05. Leaning on the 14 there with the front bumper. I just don't know. As a race car driver, I don't think we think like that. Even with the invert, if we're this close to the front, we don't think like that. Now, if I'm running 20th, I'm like, oh, here. Shoot. Another consequence, I'm pitting, I'm going in the back and just chilling, right? But
hey, also got to think you got the 05 right on your bumper here. Are you going to risk getting moved and possibly wrecked, or you just say, screw it, take it, I'll lose 1 point, and I'll start with an extra car between me and the guy that's led every single lap this race.
Right. I mean, you gotta bring a good point, especially we've already seen Brian bumper tagging a little bit, right? Gave him a little bit of a nudge. Basically saying, honey, I'm home.
Yep, and there's still 23 laps to go, and he's already trying to put the bumper to him.
Really, really filling up that mirror as I see an unscheduled pit stop for Dick Stanley down pit road for the number 76 machine.
He's really slow coming out of pit road.
It was really, really slow.
Although you enter and exit on the same turn here, so maybe he's just letting all these cars go by and then he'll come out.
That is possible. And this is a very, very weird pit road. Don't matter if you're towards the front, middle, or back half of pit road. Basically, it don't matter where you qualify. No matter where you're at on pit road, it's weird here.
As he's out in front of the leaders right now, we'll see if he becomes a factor in these last 20 laps.
Yeah, he's definitely right out in front of the leader. So the leader's probably going to catch him. Will that play into how this race finishes? Already under 20 laps to go.
If I'm not 05, I'm going to try and get under Justin as quick as I can. And when you get up to that 76, use the 76 as a pick. Kind of slow him up a little bit.
Right. But first thing you got to do in that equation, you got to get past this 14. 14's not going to give it up, I don't think. It's going to take a move here.
It's going to be hard. 05 is definitely getting off the turn a lot better. I think he's going in a lot easier and able to roll it through good, and then just hits the gas a lot quicker than Justin Coleman.
Last 3 laps since I've been watching him, he's about 300, 400 faster, and that's saying something because he's right there on the back bumper of him, right?
Yep, hundredths are not much at all.
Nope.
They're a few inches.
But they add up after lap after lap after lap. Before you know it, those
he gets in really good there. There's the bumper. Kind of lost some time staying off, and we have a caution.
Yellow.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's some bumpers laying on the track. Hopefully they avoid those. Oh, Jason Raymond went for a ride. It looked like they might have made contact with the door of the 8. Oh, they just kind of hooked bumpers there. I think the 33 was maybe trying to get a good run on the 8 and just misjudged it a little bit.
49 drives off in there deep. He drives off in there really hot there. And it just washes up into the 33.
Yeah, 33 was coming down to get a good run too, and they just kind of met in the middle there. Man, that's a hard hit. No safer barrier there. Well, Jason's got an extra bumper sitting there on the track.
Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was. It's going to set up for a crazy finish. Coleman's going to start on the outside, so he's going to have to get a really good start and hope that gravel just kind of lays back a little bit and can't get there.
Yeah, that's not what Coleman wanted to see. Not
nope,
what
not
Coleman
at all.
wanted to see at all. With Gravel obviously being a little bit quicker already. He's always, I mean, I think he is, just from the eye test, right? But definitely not what you wanted here.
You're going to have Zach Murphy starting the outside in 4th, too, right behind Coleman. He's going to be itching to win. He loves winning. And I think he'll do anything he can do to win without wrecking people.
He does like winning, though?
Oh, yeah. He loves it.
Does he?
I think so.
Do you like winning?
I don't know anymore. Seems like whenever I win a race, I go the next 6 weeks without even being able to finish one. So, I don't know.
It's definitely highs and lows on iRacing, huh?
Yeah, just like real life racing, it seems like.
Yeah, I feel like but as a race car driver, naturally it feels like more valleys than peaks. don't feel like we got a whole lot of peaks on this roller coaster. Not a whole lot of airtime hills.
Sometimes I feel like Kyle Busch from the mid-2000s, where I could finish 2nd or 1st and still be mad and hate it and not want to race the next race.
Right. All right, will this be the last restart of the race? 10 laps to go and they cross the line here. Field's in the hands of Thomas Axum. As look at the launch, he gets 05, gets a pretty good launch shooting from the 2nd row. As now, Coleman's got his work cut out for him. Bear hope he packed a lunch on that high side.
He's getting a good run, but he's going to have to pull a really tricky move. Oh, 05's a little loose on entry, but able to save it, and he's getting a good run off here.
Now these guys, they got to be careful here. Oh, another yellow. So that was not.
Oh boy! Oh no, not Brian Zimmerman.
Oh, there we go. Let's make
hold the brake. Hold the brake.
Let's tear up some more stuff, guys, while we're at it. After about 30 seconds after the yellow.
Hey, you don't want to pass you. Block them.
Yeah, let's see if we can destroy a few more pieces of the cars.
I think it's the same thing as the last caution. Just the 80 comes down and they hook bumpers, and it just turns them a little bit. Oh, they're wrecking behind them.
These cars have 0 turning radius too, so then he has to work at here. And he's wanting to go fast. He don't want to go a lap down, right? Which I mean,
trying to stay on the lead lap and not get hit by guys, and luckily beats the pace car. Now it's just all about getting as many points as you can here, trying to make up for lost position.
Absolutely.
Tell you what, that 00 looks pretty good for being jacked up 3 or 4 times at the beginning of the race. His bumper's still pretty straight.
It does. It looks pristine, bro. What the hell?
Yeah, it does. I don't know what happened there.
That one does not.
Nope, that one looks like a dirt Mod A out there with no front bumper and a lot of camber.
Yeah, that one looks like it's had a very, 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 very bad time. Like, hard times is falling on that car. All right. 6 laps to go. They click off fast, folks. I do wish we wouldn't have done 75 laps, though. Wish we would have only done 50 lap races, if I'm being honest. But you live and you learn. Still got one 75 lap banger coming after this one, though.
I think 75 laps is a good choice. We had a pretty good long green flag run there.
You don't have to wake up early. Absolutely, it ain't a bad deal. Ain't a bad plan.
Yeah, I know all about having to wake up early, but you know what? It's fun. They're putting on a good show. It'll be worth it. They made naps for a reason.
So you got a kid? You take naps very often? You get nap time ever?
I do now.
Well, I wasn't gonna go out on a limb and say all that. Did you used to?
Oh no.
Yeah, right.
Nap when he naps, but.
Right. Well, times that by 3. They don't all nap at the same time. You lose that luxury.
They start getting a little bit older. They stop napping and they start playing a whole lot more.
Mm-hmm. As mine actually just poked his head in here looking at me, could hear me broadcasting. As Coleman gets a better launch that time.
Yeah, they're stacking up a little bit out there in the middle. Coleman's staying on that high side, and we have a caution.
Oh, guys.
Big pile up. Hopefully the leaders can see it and they don't pile in here.
I hate to tell them, but you cannot park there.
Looked like it might have happened with the 9 car. Up towards the 9 car up here, it looked like. Stacking up there a little bit. Oh, yep, just checked up, so he stayed off Muma and no one else checked up.
Go on board with the wild Mr. Zimmerman. See what happened on his windshield.
Yeah, you about called him the wild man, didn't you?
Well, this looks wild because you're seeing people flip and stuff like that. So yeah. But look, I mean, this is how quick it happens here. Oh, we're on the brakes trying to slow down and can't.
Oh.
Just can't. The big one.
Tell you what, that's not the first time I've seen that Pennzoil car upside down, unfortunately. Seen that a lot in Steve Park's career, but
man, there was a time where Steve Park was flipping it seemed like all the time. It seemed like between him and Rusty Wallace went through a span where he flipped a few times too, I remember.
Yeah, they flipped a few times, and then we introduced Ryan Newman into the sport, and I think he might have the record for most times upside down in a car.
Man, oh man.
I mean, he's got 3 bars inside those cars named after him.
And when somebody says flipping and Ryan Newman, I know they immediately go to Daytona 500, right? But he's had a few massive flips. Like, we're talking tumbles.
Yeah, I think both of his Daytona ones were the worst. Daytona 2003 at the 500, and then was it 2020 Daytona 500?
I believe so.
Was the worst one. That one, I remember watching that one live. That one scared me. I think it scared everybody that night.
It did. I think when NASCAR went off the air that night, I think everybody, myself included, thought Ryan Newman was dead. Because there was no information coming out, right? Which I get it. They don't really know, right?
Yeah, and just how they handled the situation. They didn't really talk about it, but they showed it, and they were bringing out the curtains and everything.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't help the situation.
Jeff Gordon is the one that got me at the end.
Yeah, he was
signing
tearing up.
off. When he was going to sign off, it was like, oh man, like maybe Newman, maybe the absolute worst did happen here,
Yeah, I remember staying up to about 3 or 4 in the morning waiting for the announcement, and finally it came out, and they said he was stable, he's doing good, he was awake, just had some bruised brain, and what was it? The next morning he was walking out of there hand in hand with his daughters, with no shoes on.
It was something like that.
Oh, I was so happy.
It was really quick. It was a day or two, but it wasn't no more than that. It was right there after. All right, single file restart here. This is going to be huge for our race later, although restarts have not seemed to be a problem for him tonight. He's gotten going on every restart, but now is when you try to sign the check and deliver it, right? Now is when the checks get cashed.
I bet Coleman's so happy to see a single file restart right here.
Oh, absolutely, because Gravel has been hot and hungry all night for that P2 spot.
Oh, they're stacking up at the back already. Oh, instant caution. No one's slowing up. They're just.
Oh, Dale Ogborn.
No one's slowing up. They all came in hot. I don't know if they couldn't see the smoke, if they've got sun in their eyes or what, but I didn't see a single car slow up for that. Oh, Anthony Reddick just didn't anticipate the checkup, and Scotty Stevens tried to avoid it, locked him up, slid sideways, but just couldn't get it slowed up in time.
Speechless. As Raymond said, going to the backup car. Pull up, Raymond. Jason Ramon, you were live in the booth, Kakabi.
I gotcha.
So you used to sit up here with me in college races. Now instead you're racing out there, but you left your front clip somewhere out on the track. Talk us through that. Talk us through the first race so far for you.
All I know is that it's super hard to pass. I mean, everybody's so equal. It's just everybody's on top of each other. So you're trying your best just to get every little inch on everybody. I was battling side by side with a couple people there. I don't know exactly what happened. I just know I was looking at the entrance of the track where the haulers come on, and then front bumper somewhere over there. I think a fan grabbed it and just, walked away with it or something.
Right. I think they got a little bit more than just a bumper too. I think they're going to try to salvage some metal and stuff from that.
Oh, for sure. My radiator's probably with it too.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the way that car's sitting, there might be a couple springs.
Yeah, you have definitely been stripped from a lot of metal. So it probably wouldn't even pass tech because of the weight now, actually.
That one's going in the trailer. Backup one's rolling out. We're going to go send it in the second race, see what happens.
The good point with that is, right now you're scored second to last, so that's going to be a front row seat for the second race here tonight, brother.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it. Outside's tough. Definitely, can be run here. Just got to try to get a good start and pace myself, not try to burn up the tires too much. I know those faster guys are going to be towards the back, so it's probably going to be a little chaotic, them trying to come through the field, but we're just going to try to make the best of what we got here.
Right on,
I'd tell you what, if I were you, I'd tell the team to keep the bumper off of it, get them wheels straight, and it'll be good to go. You'll be able to cool them brakes down, and you'll be able to go out and win a race.
Weight reduction.
Yep.
Don't listen to Kyle. Kyle's nickname is Wild Man, so anything he tells you,
Fair.
usually do the opposite. Don't listen to Kyle.
I thought modifieds raced on Tuesday nights. I didn't know they raced Wednesday nights, but...
What's going on with the lineup here? Why are we pacing so slow? Is the lineup messed up or something?
That's a good question. I think so.
We had a few wave arounds. It looks like we might go double file here.
All right, well, Raymond, we'll let you get back down there with your race team. Good luck, brother, for the second race here tonight.
All right, thank you.
Well, they are single file, about to go green. Let's hope we can get it finished off here and get some good racing going for the finish. They are bumper to bumper stacking up.
Green-white checker attempt, as you're seeing a few guys look to the inside here, but the top three are nose to tail just in a line. Zach Murphy as well. Top six have got it sorted out. It's like everybody's basically playing nice. That single file restart really hurts. But look at Elvis up 19 spots as the white flag comes out. He did not play the invert game.
I think with how many cars wrecked, you couldn't play it.
Right, that is true, very true. As out of turn number 4 for the first time tonight, I usually say out of final time, but that's just the first time. Thomas Axum, big race winner, and they're gonna make sure
they're wrecking under the checkered here.
gotta make sure to goof off a little bit after the race, right? I think Grable May's got the back end actually.
I think Coleman just checks up right there, and maybe they thought the race wasn't over. I don't know. Hey, I'm the leader. Heck yeah.
We're not even doing the grid just because it's all messed up for the second race. But I do know it looks like Raymond's actually, so you're in the session, Bradley Stefane, Brody Mears, they're not here, right? That's going to allow actually Raymond to be the race leader. Ronnie Morrison's actually going to be starting on the outside, row number 1.
I knew I should have suited up.
You would have been the race leader right now.
Yes, I would. I wouldn't have it very long.
You have such bad luck on the invert night like this, you would probably run second last race. Yeah, with no wrecks, no incidents. Maybe. For sure. There's no way you set yourself up for a good start in the next race. There's no way. You got too bad of luck. Your luck don't work that way.
It's been terrible lately. I don't even like looking at the steering wheel.
I told Kyle if it's storming around him, I don't even be in his state, much less in his area code. If it's storming around Kyle, I don't want to be near. So Jason Ramon is the guy front and center. Derek Stanley had a tough race last race, and look who's starting right there with him.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's funny how short track.
All 3 of those blue cars right there, they were all retaliating against each other for some reason. Like we know why the 00 and the 76 were beating and banging and retaliating, but I'm still confused as to why the 02 was up there intentionally wrecking people under caution. But I guess we're gonna find out who gets the final settle score here.
Right. I've said before, I mean, in racing in general, you don't want to make enemies, right? But especially on these short track ranks, you definitely don't want to make an enemy because you will be around that driver way more than your normal NASCAR style racing, right? And there you have it. Hottenbach, Stanley, starting 1 row between them. Already had some beef earlier.
And if the 00 gets a good start here, they're going to be door to door eventually, and it's going to get interesting.
As Jason Raymond's going to be hard to beat out front. He's just fast enough, and he's getting a hell of a starting position starting pole. He's going to be a tough one to beat. As they're side by side already for P2. Hottenbach going to the inside. Now, with the way the invert works, is
caution already
out.
Dalton Creed, what is he doing here? Oh, man, is he going to get T-boned by
I don't know.
Brad Carpenter?
There's so much going on for no reason. What happened here?
It looks like 54 might have checked up, and it just caused an accordion behind him, maybe? They're wrecking in front. He comes down, 27, 31. Oh, started with the 34 up there. Looks like he got in the back of Daniel Sweat.
Can't even find the 34 or Sweat. Everybody's name's jumping all around.
Yep. He just bumped Sweat, and that caused a big stack up. A lot of good cars already beat up.
It looks like the lineup's all messed up too. But Jason Raymond should be scored the race leader, I do believe.
Yeah, it looks like it's.
Boy is whining, so I'm sorry if y'all hear him. Kyle, I'm gonna let you take over for a second, buddy. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Right.
I'm gonna go put him in bed real quick. I think that's what he wants. I apologize, folks.
Yeah, first couple laps, it's already getting wild out here. We got Jason Raymond leading still, Derek Stanley in 76 in second, and then a 00 in third. Looks like we got a couple cars in front of them going to take a wave around. They managed to stay on the lead lap. But yeah, a lot of good cars beat up tonight already in the second race early on. Tell you what, folks, it almost kind of looks like the 49 Jason Raymond has a corn cob numbers there. It looks like little pieces of corn for his number. That'd be interesting. There's two cars in front of them should be getting the wave around right here, and they'll get the one to go signal, I'm assuming. Well, looks like we might still have a couple more laps under caution. Oh, there they go, taking the wave around. Should be going green this time by. Probably going to be a single file restart. Yep, single file restart. Get them cars up to the high side. Pace cars peeling off. And green, green, green. Here we go. Jason Raymond gets a great start. And it looks like 76 and 00 just didn't quite get the jump they wanted. So they're going to fall back a little bit. And this is Raymond's lead to just go out there and try and gain as much time as he can. Keep them boys behind him. He's just pulling away from them right now. They're battling each other hard back there for second and third.
As I apologize, folks. So he's not feeling well. Mama's sick, so I think she's taking a nap on the couch. I was sorry I had to step away for a moment. As what have I missed? Anything? Looks like Raymond's got a sizable lead over P2 Derek Stanley.
Yeah, they had a single file restart, and he got a really good jump. And the second, third, and fourth have just been battling and kind of slowing him up a little bit.
Guys, got to keep tabs on Thomas Axel, race winner last time.
Hey, he's throwing that car around, making it work.
Already up 12 spots, Wellman. He is coming.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where Justin Coleman is. Oh, as we have a caution on the track.
Ooh.
Oh, Mitchell Muma turned around on the front stretch. He's going to have to wait.
Cannot get the car turned around.
He's going to have to wait for everybody to get by. Hopefully they give him a chance to get by. Oh, he had some connection issues there and just came to a stop, it looks like. Oh, yeah, he just slammed on the brakes right in front of the field there. I don't know. Maybe his screen blinked out and he just, I don't know.
I think
Tough one to decide.
I think as Dalton's car says, I'll spin you back. So look at this, though. I mean,
you can see the black marks from Muma. After he blinks, he just comes to a stop.
And that's going to be catastrophic for... Yeah, look at that. Look at the nose.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage. He might have some overheating issues. It's probably not going to steer right. He's not going to have any downforce on that front end.
So, but this right here is a prime example of why I do like having a fast repair. Because Dalton did nothing wrong there, right? Something happened on the internet. I don't know why Mitchell slammed on the brakes, but something obviously happened. And now Dalton, car's killed. I mean, the car's killed. Typically, he'd be able to go in and use fast repair, right? But now the fast repair, it's a problem because people use it as a crutch, right? Well, I can drive a little bit harder. Why? Because I got another car waiting on me, right?
It'll be interesting to see if he comes in to see how much damage he has, or if he's just going to pop that clutch down and see what the RPMs are like and keep it out there.
I'd say he's probably just not happy right now, if I had to guess.
Oh, yeah, I definitely wouldn't be happy. I've gotten mad for a lot smaller things than that. But that's one of those things that, like, yeah, Muma shouldn't have slammed on the brakes right there, but the connection itself,
maybe
it's really hard to
Maybe
control that.
Maybe he didn't slam on his brakes. Maybe.
I mean, it could even be a possibility where something with his computer messed up and his wheel and pedals came detached, and it just, like
something obviously happened because he was blinking at the time too, right? So something definitely happened. But
yeah, a lot of the time, if your wheel and pedals come disconnected, it puts full input into your brake, clutch, and gas pedal all at the same time. So that could have been what happened.
Right. He very clearly, you caught it right. Left black mark. He lit him up, right?
Yeah, double file here, ready to go green out of turn 4. Another great start by Raymond there, side by side for second place. These guys haven't really been fighting too hard yet. Maybe they're saving it for the end.
That and you couldn't fit between them there for a second. They got tight. Yeah. Scotty Stevens looking for somewhere to go.
Tell you what, that 51 put on some ice packs on his back. He's ready to go. after flipping in that last race. And how about Zimmerman coming to the bottom?
Here comes the bad man, Zimmy. Got in a wreck last race, so that naturally
Couple of them.
killed his
Bad
finish.
wrecks, too.
It killed his finish, but it helped him out for this race. Up to P6 already, so the 28 car, he is moving forward. Now, you did say Zimmerman is second in the points, correct?
Yep, he was second, but he lost a lot of points last race. I didn't quite see where he finished, but with those wrecks, he's going to have some penalty points.
Absolutely, but right now, the race... Todd Lamphere and Axum leaving a little bit of door paint right in front of the series points leader, Justin Coleman, right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting see how that works out. Axum, he's one of the few guys out there that will make that high line work. He's that good. I've never raced with him personally, but I've watched him race on iRacing, and this man can wheel just about anything out there.
One of the fastest drivers to come through the Crooked Line Racing League by far.
As you can see, he's already gained 2 spots on the outside.
Right, so the 13 car, he didn't just lead every lap because he got the pole. Yes, the pole says he's fast, but he led every lap for a reason. That's because he is fast.
Tell you what, that 9 car is overcooking them rear tires, and he's loose on entry every turn.
And eventually that loose on the entry, it's going to lead to loose on the exit, and then you got big problems when you're loose all the way through the corner. As Mitchell Mooma's
13 got loose on entry there. Oh, they're wrecking in front.
As soon as I was clicking to go check on Mitchell Mooma, they just...
It happened in front of him, but the 13 did get loose on entry here, too. And then he had to slow way up for the wreck in front. Oh, the 51 looked like he might have got tagged by the 8 car up there.
Ooh. See what happened here.
Oh, yeah, that just looked like 51 running a really weird line.
Where the hell is he going up there? I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome.
I mean, he's just trying to get a good run off, it looks like, and then...
He does. He gets a good run off.
And then here he kind of runs the middle to bottom there, and it just... I don't know. 8 got in there and got into the back of him.
And then, I mean, you saw heartbreak for the guys trailing that, because they got on the binders and ultimately went around. This is exactly what Raymond wants to see. Actually, I don't know, though. Maybe the cautions, he don't like seeing them.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be... I don't know. I think he's sitting safe right now. You got the second and third fighting a lot for second and third, obviously.
Oh, really?
He's just pulling away.
He's so dumb. Second, third, they're fighting for second and third. All right, let's see if we can pull up a guy that's fighting back there for second and third. Mr. Scotty Stevens. Skyler's got a copy?
Gotcha.
So, brother, you're currently sitting P4. How you like the 2 car right now? How's it feeling for you?
The car feels fine. Just everybody's really close on times. Can't make a pass. It's just follow the leader out here.
So, with the teammate starting on the pole position, you get the benefit of having a little bit better restart than everybody else, right? Are we going to try to use that outside lane to your advantage? We've noticed it in the middle of the pack. It has been working.
I don't know. Doesn't seem as fast. I mean, the first race, yeah, I made a couple passes up on the high side, but these guys up here, I don't think it's going to work. I don't know.
All right, brother. Y'all are re-rack and restack, so good luck to you, brother.
All right.
So I just noticed something that me and you talked about before we went on air. That we were talking about second race would be at nighttime,
yeah,
but the sun.
I just thought about that too. That's
the sun hasn't really gone down too much, and they're clicking off laps like crazy. So we might still finish with sunset. So this track might not cool off too much.
That tells me I already didn't fix it because I set it for the second race to be at 12 a.m. So I knew it would be dark.
Tell you what, Scotty Stevens did a great job getting down there to the bottom. Now he's looking to take that third spot.
Looking to take over.
Oh, chopping the nose.
Oh, cleared himself a little bit. I can almost guarantee the spotter didn't say clear there.
No, they had to check up a little bit there. Zimmerman almost got into the back of Derek Stanley and had to throw the car all the way to the top.
Wow. That was almost bad. As folks, you're going to see pop up in the middle of your screen here. Have you subscribed? If you haven't, please hit the button, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll never miss a single update or a single race, I should say. as we are on the road to 500 subscribers. As I look now, we currently have 411. So 89 away, folks. Hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, helps out a ton. As it's been the Jason Raymond show for race number 2. It was the Thomas Axum show for race number 1. Axum's up to 14th, gained 17 spots. He is moving, but I just don't know if the time's up. But still, over half of this race left.
Yeah, bring it back to the subscription thing. I've been on YouTube for a while now, and 411 subscribers in the first year. That's pretty impressive, especially for a broadcasting company on YouTube. YouTube's not really big into the broadcasting, so those are pretty good numbers for the first year.
As naturally, I feel like Queen, but I want it all, right? I want more. That's what we're doing. That's what we're grinding away at it, right? Chipping away at it slowly but surely.
Man, we have a great battle going on here from the second and first place finishers from race 1. I think Axum's just dealing with a little bit of handling issues from that incident.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. I think either, if it may not be damage based, it could be just tire based, right? He slid the tires.
Oh, nice move there, getting to the bottom.
Real nice move there. That saves the position right there.
Good heads up by Anthony Rennick there to see that coming and didn't get into the back of him.
Easy for you to say.
Not really.
I know.
Words are hard.
Yeah. As I also want to touch on, still want to mention Mr. Joshua Sexton, Dave Sexton, and the entire Sexton family. We are thinking and praying for you all. After just losing Steve, that's a huge, huge hit, not only to y'all's family, but to our family here at Crooked Line Racing. I knew they were bound to make contact quick.
They were racing really hard there. Everyone's going high. Ooh, man, I was worried there for a second.
This was
There's
bound
a
to
few
happen
cars
pretty
really
quick
close to them
because they hit right there off that corner and they wrecked the next corner.
It almost looks like Scotty gets a little loose right here and just comes up into him. And then, in my mindset, we all know how my mindset is. Like, all right, you're gonna do that. I'm gonna pinch you down right here. But he just overheats them tires and loose in, loose off, really loose middle.
I think Scotty drove it off a cliff here. We know race car drivers. He don't think he went up to the 00 right then. He don't think he ever went up there. He thinks 00 came down and hit him. Scotty drove it off a cliff in there. Holy hell. As broadcaster Curtis, so just talk to him. Let's talk to him again. I just want to see if he's mad or not. See what happened from his cockpit point of view. Mr. Scotty Stevens, sadly, you're back in the booth again. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So, talk us through what happened there at your windshield.
I don't know if we made contact or not, but got around on the 00 there. Pinched me down a little bit. I might have just been trying to dig it too hard out of the corner, got loose. I don't know. I had to watch replay on it.
So it looked like y'all hit out of the corner before that, right on the exit, and then y'all hit there. But car looked loose on entry. Is that something y'all are battling now?
No, not really. It's pretty stable all throughout. It's just car up top pinches you down. You don't have a lot of wiggle room up there, and you trying to dig, get all you can get, try to make that pass, and well, that's what happens sometimes.
Right. Well, brother, going to be restarting.
Dead last.
Oh hell yeah, dead last. Good luck to you, brother, and maybe you can get some points back out of this.
Yep.
As he didn't sound nearly as happy that time talking to him, did he?
He wasn't happy, but you know what? I give him some extra PR points, better than Chase Elliott did this past weekend, where he's just like, "Oh no problem, no problem."
Nothing happened.
I only hit the guy coming off pit road. There's no problem. There's no signs.
And have you listened to Radioactive from this week?
No, I haven't.
He was mad. Like, didn't throw a temper tantrum, but threw a little bit of a temper tantrum. Like, he was mad.
He did admit today on the Dave Moody show on Sirius XM that he watched a replay and realized that was his fault. He apologized. He admitted that he didn't know what actually happened before he retaliated. As we go green here.
I don't think it was Chase Elliott's fault. I don't think it was actually anybody's fault more than anything.
I think if anything, it's a spotter not relaying that
Right,
information quick
right.
enough. They had plenty of time to tell him, but
They
going
say
green
that.
here. Yep. Top 3 is single file, but we got a good battle here for 4th. Brian Zimmerman in the mix. Zimmerman just
Ooh, yellow.
seems like he's been stuck on that high side all race long. Oh, 51 coming in there hot. That could have been bad.
So Vermillion told me he changed his paint scheme, but it's still showing me the Hulk, which we like
Yeah.
the Hulk.
Yep. Looks like, again, then up towards the 9 car there. Yep, 9 just gets into the 26, and
Hulk smash. Sorry, I was
Yep.
waiting that whole time for that.
Hulk got smashed by the 88 there.
Nah, Hulk don't get smashed. Hulk does the smashing. My favorite superhero. That's my son Kane's favorite superhero too. He heard me say Hulk smash. He's looking at me right now.
I would have guessed it was Wonder Woman for you, but you know.
Oh, I got you. Oh, I forgot. I laid him down a while ago. I guess he decided to get up out of his crib. He climbed out. I just thought about that. I just laid him down a while ago, and he's looking at me right now.
Don't you love it? See, I've always told people, like, young kids creep me out. Like, I love them to death, but they're creepy. They come out of nowhere, and they're like, "You got games on your phone? Oh, what are you doing? You got candy?" Just out of nowhere, and especially you just like you get focused racing, all of a sudden you start feeling your shirt being tugged at, and you're like, what is that?
No, the worst thing is, so there's a gate where he can't climb in here unless I tell him to come in here, right? So the worst thing is he'll just sit there and stare at me, and I feel like the presence of somebody looking at me, and I gotta really lean up and look around the corner to actually see him. And
see, if I'm him, I'm just messing with you. Then, like, as soon as you look, I'm hiding. So
right,
you start thinking your house is haunted, or somebody's looking through your window.
We've had ghost stories in here. I've seen a ghost in here. And I'm not a crazy person. I used to think ghosts weren't real until I physically saw one walk towards me in here. And to back that story up, Emily saw the same ghost that I described to her 2 days later. And she didn't believe in ghosts either. She thought I was crazy. She called me a nut.
I've believed in them for a long time in my life. I've seen a lot, but something about it, like, it's really freaky and it scares the crap out of you. But once you calm down, you're like, that was cool. I want that to happen again.
Us being a man, we act like we're macho and everything, right? Like, oh, if somebody's in my house, I'm going to beat them up or something like that, right? I froze. I was petrified. Didn't know what to do. Just froze for a good 10 seconds. Just couldn't move.
You know, it's hard to fight something you can't always see. So
right.
You don't really have any option.
Right. As re-racked and restacked here. We went off the rails here. We talked about NASCAR. We talked about ghosts. Especially what happened. We got a double header. As Jason Raymond still the man front and center, sitting pretty out front. Rob Heitenbach is taking over P2. Guy Barrett sitting P3 up to the inside. As Guy Barrett gets a great launch. I don't know if Guy Barrett got a great launch or the Double Zero just didn't get a launch because he is under pressure now. As Dale Ogburn, where'd he come from?
Yeah, Ogburn's. I think he had some bad luck last race and a couple of accidents. This one, he's got a little right front damage, but nothing too much. If anything, it's just going to cool that tire down a little bit more.
This Mission 22, Wellman. I've seen this logo many times before in racing. What's it for? Do you know?
If I remember correctly, it's a Veterans Against Suicide.
Yep.
Thing. I believe it.
Veteran suicide's what it says. Hell yeah, that's really cool.
It's what 22 men a day or 22 men an hour, or soldiers, I should say. Sadly, take their lives.
No.
And
really.
Yeah, I've heard of it a few times. It's unfortunate.
That's cool to see him carrying that logo. Really cool.
Yeah, it is.
As they have a great battle for the.
Zimmy!
Zimmy gets really loose and walks it up. And he knows everybody has to check out. Zimmy's still loose. Got those tires pissed off right now. Whoop,
oh, man, he got a caution. Lucky for him.
That saved him because them tires were not happy. The Pennzoil Steve Park machine around again. As I'll be honest, the DEI cars, it was probably 2003 before I realized that was an E on all their cars, by the way.
It was a what?
An E on the side of their car. As his don't have it, right? His just has the stripes. As Dalton Creech got loose in front of him.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. Couldn't get it wound up in time and just made some contact there.
You know what I'm
talking about?
With the DEI cars back in the day? Like Michael Waltrip.
I think I'll I always thought they were just stripes, but I'll have to go look at one real quick. You
Yeah,
said around 2003?
No, any of them. Every car they ever had, every one of them, it's an E on the side of it. And I never knew it until like 2004, 2005.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. I always thought it was just stripes. But
dude,
yeah, see it on the old...
I'm not the only dummy. That's great.
yeah, I thought it was just stripes, but yeah. It's just an elongated E.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Martin Truex Jr. number 8 car here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
clearly
just
see
an
it's an
E.
E now, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Because maybe it was just the Budweiser car that was stripes when it first came out.
Nope. Every DEI Cup car had that from the get-go. I know that because I have Dale Jr.'s rookie diecast. That's when I learned it.
Never noticed that. That's pretty cool. See, I wish teams would do a little bit more cool stuff with paint schemes like they used to. Now it's just every race is a different paint scheme, but then they race the same ones every year. I miss it when you had your primary paint scheme and then you'd run a special one for like Coke 600, the night races, Memorial Day.
Comes down to dollars and cents, bro. What sponsors? There's not a lot of companies. Look at them. FedEx, they're getting out, or they're just not supporting nearly as much, right?
M&M's is probably the biggest one for years, and they're gone.
I mean, it wasn't like they were on. Don't take no offense to this, but a driver like Daniel Suarez or something like that, right? They were on a guy that's arguably top 3 talent year in year out, right? They were riding with Kyle Busch, and even they said it wasn't feasible anymore.
What I like, though, is you're starting to see a lot of smaller companies. Other than the companies that have been around for a long time, like Napa and Axalta, who used to be DuPont, you're starting to see a lot of smaller companies come in and sponsor, like Tootsie's from North Carolina. And
Tootsie's has a club down in Nashville on Broadway. It's really famous down there. Like just the bar, right? It's just a popular bar for, I guess, tourists. There's 14 laps to go, 13 across the stripe. As Raymond, once again, the leader all night, just had a huge benefit. Just able to get the jump on the field. Guy Barrett to the high side here, going to be able to get down. But now Raymond, he sees, Guy Barrett gets into the wall. I think Raymond feeling a little comfortable right now. But you got to be careful because,
big wreck. Oh, no.
For yelling in y'all's ear as they're still wrecking. Anthony Rennick was shoving.
They're still shoving in there, they're not going to gain any positions. Zimmerman's he's tired of it. He's pulling a Wellman. He's like, get me off the track. Man, the one car just went surfing there for a little bit.
Where's Derek Stanley at? Folks, bear with me with these cameras and these cautions. So it's not telling me, it's still not showing us who's actually involved in the wreck. So we have to go back and hunt them. Heidenbach was running P3. How did we miss that? Got into the back of
the O2. Yeah, I mean, 13 laps to go. He's thinking about earlier when the O2 wrecked him under caution. Didn't get the deal done. Poor Zimmerman almost had it cleared and then got tagged in the left rear. And then just pile drove by every car in the field.
Stephen T, this reminds me of Dover, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Xfinity, where DW's like, they're still wrecking. And then Larry Mack said, I'm not so sure they ain't doing it on purpose at this point. Watch Stephen T just get shoved by Anthony Rennick. Rennick is just trying to say, get off my car, dude.
That's Axum.
That's Axum.
Tell you what, that's going to put Axum in 3rd place.
Is it?
I believe so.
P6.
Oh, yeah. He had to give some spots back, as you see the one car back up there gaining position. Man.
I heard a motor blow. Oh,
I'm seeing some of these cars just bouncing up and down. Probably no springs left in them.
Brian Zimmerman's actually dragging some sparks coming from the 28 machine.
Oh, look at his left front. His left front is towed so far in that his right front is straight and left front's just towed way in.
So Brian Zimmerman, you're live in the booth. We actually rode with you on that caution there, and you almost had it missed, but ultimately you didn't. Talk us through what you saw out the windshield there, brother.
Just South Boston, bud. It's just tough here. Tough to not get when the track gets blocked, man. There's nowhere to go. Thought I was gonna make it high. Thought I was gonna dodge it high, but I think somebody got me in the rear and just turned me, and I couldn't get it straight. And now I've got a meatball, so sat here, get a little bit of repairs done, and I'm trying not to go too many laps down. But yeah, just one of those nights. been running pretty good. I feel pretty quick here. Just it's just one of those nights where everything seems to go against you, and it's kind of going that way. So that's fine though.
Hey, we all have those races, right? It don't matter what we do. There's always trouble right around the corner, right? Well, Brian,
That's it. That is it,
I'm
bud.
glad you had a good attitude with it, right? Typically, people are going to be really mad, pissed off with it. You're not. I mean, you just kind of accept the highs and lows of it, right? So kudos to you for that. And, yeah, get back out there and don't lose too many laps, brother.
Oh yeah, man. We're all out here having a good time. It's just one of those nights. You're gonna have them, but we're all out here having a good time.
Right on, boss.
I can mass reset and get this car fixed. It's not gonna cost me thousands of dollars to get it fixed. So
Right. Well, good luck, brother. Thank you for coming for talking to us.
all right, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too, buddy. 5 laps to go, and these drivers, they definitely know it.
I tell you what, Coleman and Axum just cannot get away from each other last 2 races, and they're putting up a fight right now.
And Axum has that front end damage, so it's pretty cool to see the 13 car still being able to hang. The
His
one
damage
car,
was worse than it was, and I think it might be handling better now.
the one car, we legit saw all 4 tires off the ground for a good 15-20 seconds. And look at that. Look at all the damage on that car. The Shark looks to be defeated a little bit, but he is hanging strong on the outside lane. There's just 3 laps to go. As Jason Raymond, man, front and center, popsicle sticks out in the air. 2 laps to go for the special mid-season doubleheader event brought to you by Bad Company Racing. As white flags in the air.
Guy
Yes,
Barrett's kind of running down. He's throwing it in there hard, but the 05 with a nice recovery starting towards the back of this race up to 3rd.
Up 26 spots. That's got to be the biggest mover of the race. Brandon Elvis also right there.
He's coming for 2nd.
Looking for P2, but it's all Jason Raymond out the
Worst-
front. And the
Jason
battle-
Raymond,
Ooh, Guy Barrett got 2nd. Brian Gravel got P3. Brandon Ellis 4th. Zach Murphy 5th. So that's a really good finish there.
I tell you what, Raymond took your advice not to listen to me, and he's gone from worst to first, worst in the first race, first in the second race.
0 to hero. Normally in racing we go hero to 0, right? But Raymond went the backwards way of that. Got him another race win here in the Crooked Line Racing Series, as he's going to give us a great burnout. Remember, folks, this winning moment brought to you by Tripods in the Wild over on Facebook.com and YouTube. I switched it up a little bit. Tripods in the Wild is this winning moment tonight. You can tell the kid is excited right now. Got him a race win here at South Boston.
He's going to go for the Larson burnout here, see how far he can get going.
No smoke, though, so I got to naturally take off a little points. There's a little smoke there, but not much.
I won't put that on him, though. I remember a few years ago in iRacing, you could fill the whole screen with smoke. Now they've kind of lowered it down. You don't get too much smoke, even in some of the more powerful cars. I kind of don't like it. I won't be able to just create a whole smoke screen. You see it even in NASCAR. Goodyear's created a tire that just doesn't smoke like they used to. I remember Kevin Harvick, Watkins Glen, filled the whole track with smoke. And now they get out there and burn them down as much as they can, and it's a little bit.
All right, I'm going to let you handle P2 and P1. I'm going to take Mr. Gravel, 05, brought it home in 3rd. Brian, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
Man, oh man. Watched some good racing here at South Boston. Got a great finish. I believe you finished 3rd the first race too, correct?
Yep, 2 P3s. Started 2nd, first heat or first set. So I'll take dropping 1 position.
So I mean, P3 in the first race, that's hard enough. But to start all the way in the back, drive up for P3 again, that's really, really impressive. Talk us through that second race and mitigating your way through the traffic.
Well, starting off, started back down the back, inside line. It wasn't really doing much, and then after that first caution, I made up some spots following Elvis around, and I got up on the high side, and I just found a lot of speed up there on the high side, leaning on each other, and running that high side was able to get me back up front. Then that late race caution, I moved me up to P3. I don't know how that happened. I'm sure they'll be looked at after the race, but we're here, a lot of hard fighting and a lot of stress. Try not to wreck each other with these cars.
Right, everybody's right on top of each other. Brian, I'm not gonna take anything away from you. You got P3, and that's where you finished. Where it's gonna stay in the record book, brother. Who we got to thank for the 05 machine here tonight?
Big shout out to my parents. Really, they've been helping fund my sim racing stuff for a while now, and we're starting to move up in the sim racing world, hoping to get into some bigger leagues and start getting my name out there.
Right on, brother. Well, good luck, and yeah, I know you've been fast since you joined, so I expect the 05 to be a staple up here in the booth with us, brother. Congratulations.
All right, well, I appreciate y'all for putting it on, and y'all have a great night.
Absolutely, boss. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
That was our third place finisher, Mr. Grable. As now, going to give you the floor for P2. Guy Barrett. That's a hell of a night for the O2 machine. I'll be honest, I'm really happy to see it. This dude was due a good finish, and man, oh man, went out there, went P2 on the board. Kyle Wellman, Guy Barrett's in the booth. The floor is yours.
Oh, Mr. Guy the Hitman Barrett. I have a few questions, but first off, congratulations on second place finish. One heck of a race up there. You were battling those guys really good, and I thought you were making a really good run on Raymond there at the end, but then you had a great battle there for second. Managed to nose them out. How'd the car feel tonight?
Well, the luck I've been having this year and all the trouble I've been getting into, I kind of just wanted a top 5 given my starting spot in that second main. So I'm happy to just get a good clean finish out of there and bring it home in one piece. The bonus is second place. Everyone raced really good. It's nice. That first race was a bit of a crash fest, just getting through when you're in the middle of the pack and there's close to 30 cars there. Man, you really got to, dot your I's and cross your T's, which, I'm not very good at. But at any rate, yeah, it was a great race. Congrats to the winner there and everyone who raced clean. It was awesome.
Yeah, great racing there at the end. Got you a good second place finish. First race, we saw some extracurricular activities going on under caution there, but we didn't quite see what led up to that. So I want to get your side of it. What happened there?
I don't know what happened in the first race. I got dumped out of the server. So that computer glitch or a packet loss thing, I'm not too sure. But I just disappeared and I got dumped to my desktop here. So I'm sorry, to everyone if that caused a wreck. But every once in a while, everyone has a connection issue or whatever. There was a few in that first race, I think.
Yeah, we've seen a couple in the first race. Mitchell Muma had some problems, but
I forgot
second
about that,
place.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Crazy.
Second place finish, great points night. Who you got to thank on that car?
Well, really, I just got to thank you guys, all the Crooked Line drivers. This is a great series to run. All week during a tough work week, I really look forward to the late model and super late model night. So kudos to you guys and all the sponsors that helped make this series happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the paint was alone for us, but on our end, you have no sponsors. Maybe the second place finish will get your name out there and get some more sponsorships.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone's watching out there. Get a hold of me. Get your people. Get a hold of my people. And let's get a name on the side of this thing.
Right.
Hey, I might know a guy that needs to be on a car here, so because he's not racing on Wednesday night, so he needs his sponsor out there.
Yeah, I could probably make that happen for him.
All right. Well, congratulations, second place. We'll get you back down. We'll see you tomorrow night, I'm hoping.
Yeah, maybe we'll see how she goes. It's a busy time of year, being the end of racing season and whatnot for cars and that. So nights are getting hard to come by here. Looking forward to the winter months.
All right. It sounds good. Thanks for joining us.
As then there was only one left. The big time race winner. Y'all know him as Jason Raymond. I know him as Big Ugly. But I know he's going to be big smiling. He probably has not quit smiling yet. Kyle Wellman, the floor is yours.
Old Jason Raymond. Hey, you didn't listen to me. You listened to Tanner and didn't listen to me. Put a nose back on that car, and I think you led every single lap in the second race here and brought home a win.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't put a nose back on the car. I just went straight to the backup car. Guys back at the shop definitely won't be too happy about that. I blew the engine in this one after the burnout, so That's unfortunate, but just the car felt so much different out front with clean air compared to in traffic, and I hate to say it, but all the cautions actually kind of helped me. I was able to get a good jump on the restart every time, and then guys behind me would start battling it out, let me get a little bit of a gap. And I'm gonna be honest, if we went green for a long time there, I don't think I would be sitting here. I didn't have the pace on a long run. Short runs were definitely better for me, but all in all, I'm happy to be here. It's only like my 4th time driving this car, so I'll definitely take it.
Well, I don't know if you know it or not, but it's something that probably also would have helped you on green flag run. Is those three blue cars behind you? It all had a lot of drama with each other in the previous race. So I think
got beef. They had
yeah,
beef.
they have beef. It's what's for dinner, and there's a lot of it. But they were racing each other hard, but didn't wreck each other. But I think that would have helped you if it stayed green.
Yeah, I don't know. They definitely were probably faster than I was. Like I said, I was struggling there in the long run. I don't know if I'm not going in hard enough or I'm going in too hard. I know a lot of the guys are saying if you think you're going in too hard, I can guarantee you're not going in hard enough. So we'll just have to keep, learning the car as we come every week and try to continue doing my thing and trying to keep the car clean and bringing it home in one piece.
Yeah, great win tonight. I give you an 8 on the burnout. You tried to get as far as you could, but like you said, you blew the motor. I think the team will be all right. You got to win. They'll be all right. It costs $0 to put a new motor in these cars. So, congratulations. Who you got to thank on the car?
I got a lot of people. First and foremost, I got to thank you guys for broadcasting. It's definitely awesome to go back and be able to watch the races and see everything that happens. Because obviously you're in the car, you can't see much, but you guys give us a place to go back and watch it. I got to say thank you to them, to you guys, and definitely subscribe to TrueSimProductions, everybody watching, if you haven't yet. It's a great place to watch some sim racing. They got some podcasts, too. It's just everything racing. You'll find it here on TrueSimProductions. Got to thank my girlfriend for her support. I know she's asleep right now, but she'll watch it tomorrow. All the guys over at 5 Kings Motorsports for sure, and all the sponsors we got over there. We got Elite Performance Industries, or EPI, thebuttkicker.com. Like I said, TrueSimProductions, Savage Edge Apparel, BAM Racing Videos, USA Firearms, and just everybody that supports, and all my teammates definitely over at 5 Kings Motorsports.
Right on, brother. There's our race winner, Jason Raymond. My biggest question is, when are we going to change the stage photo? That's my biggest question of the night.
Here, I'll put a picture of me in my fire suit or something. Make it even more staged.
I was gonna say, a photo you got right now almost looks like your Tinder profile, and we know you don't got one of those anymore.
Actually, that was on my Tinder. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, see.
He definitely he handed his phone to somebody. Said, "Yo, bro, the sunset's pretty here. Take this picture." Like,
no, we were up on the outlook point, and it was like just chilling, and yeah.
My other question is, it's cloudy outside. Why you got sunglasses on?
For the
hey man,
bro. Gotta look cool. Got my shades on.
I was driving.
Cool
it wasn't.
walk away
the
from
sun was in
explosions.
my face when I was driving there, and
he had his hater blockers. There was his hater blockers on. Well, that's big.
I didn't want people to know where I was looking.
Race win here tonight for the young gun, Mr. Big Ugly. Maybe that's a little bit of momentum heading into real life Stafford this Friday night. If y'all get to race and not rained out once again.
Yeah, let's hope we actually get to race. It's been a rain-filled season, so.
Y'all just only got a freaking hurricane coming up there, so.
Oh yeah, that's just we got a little bit of tread on the tires. Just line them up and send it.
All right. Well, congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks. Sorry, Webman, cut you off, but I'm ready to take my BUTT to bed. It comes early in the morning, folks. I hope y'all enjoyed it here tonight. I had a good time. We'll be actually back out on track tomorrow night. We're dirt racing, and then Friday night, Sam's got the next gen broadcast going live for us, and then Saturday night, episode number 2, titled Will Mark Show, Race Chatter, coming at you live Saturday night. First episode was a banger. Hope y'all enjoyed the second episode, as I can't even pull the results up because of the heat race format. It's all messed up, but we'll talk you through your top 5 here at least. Jason Raymond, Guy Barrett, Brian Grable, that's 1, 2, and 3. Brandon Ellis finished 4th. Zach Murphy brought it home in 5th. Drivers, if you're watching this, I will have the points out tomorrow, as with the double points night, it does take quite a while to put in. And other than that, Mr. Kyle, the Wild Man Wellman. What's your closing thoughts before we close up shop here tonight?
Man, I tell you what, I haven't raced these cars in a long time. Ran some practice laps in here, and then watching all that action on track, I'm kind of missing it. I think I might have to find some late model stock races to race because these cars just look like so much fun. They put on a great show.
These cars are some of my favorites right now. I don't know if they are my favorite, but they are. They're up there for sure. Folks, want to thank y'all again for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see ya.
Ka-chow.
I left it in there again. I waited for you.